What's going on, people? It's Cullen from the Central Club podcast, and today we're at the Cardiff City Stadium at the Mental Health and Wellbeing Show. We've booked out a suite with recording equipment with the Co-Alc Alliance, where we're hoping to speak to people about their lived experience with mental health and cocaine and alcohol use. Stay central. This is the first time the Central Club has attended a roadshow like this. To work in collaboration with the Co-Alc Alliance on this is essential in highlighting some of our biggest issues here in the UK: cocaine, alcohol and suicide. And what we want to do is speak to both charity workers and attendees to see if they've either used cocaine and later had suicide thoughts, or if they've came into contact with people who have, to show how widespread this problem really is. One of those people who came forward was a lifelong friend of mine, Terrell Scanlon, someone like myself who has battled with drugs and alcohol for a very long time. These past 2 years, he's really made change in his life and wants to open up and be honest about his story to help others. I remember when I saw you about two and a half years ago, maybe 3, and you was like, you was on a wild one.
Yeah,
like,
I was on a wild one, bro.
You're always on a wild one, but
yeah,
it was in a negative light, like, you know.
Yeah, it
and,
was, bro. You know, battling some demons, you know, bro.
Yeah, we all are, didn't we? You know, and that, you know, but it's good to see that you're in that positive frame of mind. What steps did you have to take? Like, what path did you take to be where you are now? Because you're doing a lot of good things.
I have to start like distancing myself from people, like stay away from the bad eggs, because otherwise it just be like out in the pub. So you had on a coat, on a key. Like these days, you can get a key, bro, quicker than you can get a Rizzler or a fag, bro. You get me, bro?
Mad.
And it's just, and you know it's me, bro. I'm easy go, lad, like.
Yeah.
I'll be like, yeah, fuck it. And I'm up for days then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then on a come down then, flipping terrorizing my family and like.
Can you describe for the people like what a come down?
Oh, you're just fucking in a bad way, bro. Voices in your head, fucking everyone's against you, and just sometimes you feel like killing yourself. Like, what am I here for? And it's just
yeah. And this is what we're seeing, isn't we? Obviously I'm here with
there's not that many people speaking, is it? They all just keep it into themselves.
Yeah, because I think personally people think that cocaine ain't a problem.
Yeah, but it is though, bro. It
no,
makes you
but
so paranoid, bro. It's like,
no, but in the sense
since I haven't
where
been taking it now, yeah. Like, look at me now, bro. I got a new chick. I'm doing my thing, bro. Like, I feel good in myself.
Yeah.
But as soon as that, bro, it's just horrible, bro.
Where cocaine is so accepted in society,
you
know, after football, after rugby,
yeah.
after work, you know, it's the weekend, it's this, it's that, it's all the time, and it's just in our faces, and it's mixed with alcohol. That's why people don't think they got a problem, so they don't speak up about it.
It is though, bro. Like when I used to sell it, bro, like the amount of people, like they're having to go to work, bro. I'm thinking, yo, when I have that, bro, I can't go to work. I can't even play Xbox or anything, bro.
Yeah.
Like you just, the shit and it put in there, no, bro, it just bugs you out.
Yeah,
like you just think everyone against you, bro. And that's mad, bro, because I can make you kill someone, bro. You know what I mean?
Kill yourself.
Yeah, kill yourself, bro, because the shit that goes through your head, and it ain't real, bro. You know what I mean? And he thinks it's real, but...
Yeah.
Bro.
So, obviously, the reason why the Co-Alc Alliance started was because of people who have took their own lives. Parents have started the charity up. Nicola Abraham, Nicola Smeard. You know, these people, their kids took their own lives. And these were people who, everyday people like yourselves, don't look themselves as addicts, you know, got everything going for them, young, but end up taking their own life due to coming off cocaine and alcohol on a come down. Do you see how easy that is done?
Yeah, it is, bro. Like, and I don't know why they put it in coke, bro, but they meant to make you think like that or not. It just make you think some weird shit, bro.
Yeah.
And some people can't handle it. That's why they're like, fuck this, I can't live no more.
Yeah. It's as if like
that's what they call it, the devil, bro. Because the devil's in your mind, bro. Yeah. Just telling you to do shit, bro.
Have you had any mates who've taken their own lives?
Yeah, bro. I had 6 all in the same month due to lockdown.
6?
6.
Due to lockdown, or do you think it was in other things?
And like other things, bro. Drugs.
Cocaine.
Yeah, cocaine,
alcohol.
drink, alcohol.
Maybe some others, but
yeah.
Wow. 6.
3 all in a 1 week.
Well, I had 3 during lockdown.
Yeah.
Not in a week, but 3. I knew about them, I think, as well. Some of them names, maybe.
Yeah.
We won't mention names, but that's 9. That just we know of
Yeah.
during lockdown.
Madness, bro.
You know? Yeah.
And
it's
some of the
sad.
people, bro, you wouldn't even think like they killed this off. You think, wow, right, I was speaking to him the other day.
Yeah.
He's telling me to go with him, bro.
They're not suicidal.
Maybe if I would have went with him, would he have done it? And then, but sometimes, bro, it's the strong people out of the weakest people.
6 people in the space of a week. Wow. Where are we going wrong? Okay, granted, lockdown may have been a part to play, but it wasn't just mental health on the rise during that COVID. The sun was out, and so was the bag. Coincidence?
Yeah. Obviously, I've lost some close friends, obviously, from cocaine and obviously alcohol over the years.
Yourself, personally?
A friend of mine, certainly,
wow.
100%. I can see his face now, but and I think this is some of the things that we got to channel, really, and more education about it and different things. And suicide just doesn't affect that person. It affects not just the family, it affects the community as well. And that's something that that needs to be highlighted. It's just really important that we get that early prevention in place. As a youth worker of 19 years, obviously I was part of when the young suicides in Bridgend happened, and obviously, those things. But alcohol and cocaine, it's absolutely so available. More available now than I feel, especially cocaine when I was obviously taking drugs for about 7 years, in 1990, sort of thing.
Wow. Scary, isn't it, when you think
Yeah.
of it? And it's that, like, it is that white elephant in the room.
Yeah.
We know it's there, but I think it was key what you just said, maybe more education, because I think what the Co-Alc Alliance are trying to do, which I agree with, we're not trying to stop people from taking drugs. We know they're there, but it's that education around it, similar to sex education.
Yeah, 100%. It's funny, I had a conversation with my son, because he's more likely to come on to me, because I've taken drugs, you know what I mean? And he's been, he'll tell me if he is, because I keep him safe. I said, look, you phone me. Don't feel if you ever take drugs, I want to keep him safe, I think as a youth worker, I get a lot of parents saying, oh, my Johnny, don't take drugs. And I have those conversations, and I know the people they're dealing with. And so the parents are not even knowing. But I think if we have a conversation, openness, and talking about drugs and alcohol and stuff, and I think they can feel more likely to go on to the parents, possibly as well in some cases.
Obviously, we're here with some parents of their sons, their kids who have taken their own lives.
Yeah.
Does that ever concern you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think what's in the drugs. It could be cut many times, and that's something we got to remember as well. The safety of for people who it could be things in that.
Those people who are probably not even trying to take their lives who will die through it. Yeah.
Absolutely, and like you said, I worked in services over the years, many services, different parts of mental health services, and there is you only got to look at the prison services, and different things. Undiagnosed ADHD, and people who are using these sort of coping skills as well, where they need to get the root cause as well. Why they, why? But it's sometimes peer pressure as well. Sometimes, certainly when I was growing up, there was a lot of peer pressure as well. I found, but yeah, I think I've grown from that. I know more educated about drugs. Yeah. Still learning.
Well, drugs are always changing.
Exactly. The drugs was more amphetamines, LSD, ecstasy when I was more growing up. Cocaine was there. Obviously
the rich man's drug.
Yeah, it was just saying you're on the rich man's drug, sort of thing. So I was more amphetamines, using a lot of amphetamines, obviously blow, cannabis, sort of thing. But yeah, obviously I did try it a couple of times, but it was a rich man's drug, But it's so available and so cheaper now.
It is indeed a lot more available now. And it's not just those who use cocaine who see it. It's such a telling sign when you know the red flags. And Nicola is about to talk to some of the charities to see if they see how common this culture is.
Hello, so I'm Nicola Abraham from the Jacob Abraham Foundation. Today we're at the Mental Health and Wellbeing Show, and we're going to go around and ask people of their experience, of the impact and of the issue of cocaine and alcohol use.
So obviously in the construction industry there is a lot of substance abuse, alcohol, drugs, because construction sites are very stressful places to work. There's a lot of financial penalties attached to deadlines and things like that. I don't know whether you're aware that we've losing 2 people a day to suicide in construction. Again, that's all linked to stressful environments to work.
I've worked in the child protection, working in the communities around Newport, visiting families, and there's certainly high levels of use of alcohol and cocaine substances within the family, which impacts their parenting of the children, impacts their mental health and their daily functioning. So yeah, significant issue.
The Co-Alc Alliance are doing something the NHS, government and services should be doing anyway. Educating people, showing the evidence on what happens after using coke and drink. What we're doing here today is we're with the Co-Alc Alliance, which is all about basically highlighting the dangers between cocaine and alcohol use and that direct link, suicide link, the comedown after using cocaine and alcohol. So what the Co-Alc Alliance has asked us to do, because we're kind of like an ambassador for them, is to set up a podcast studio in one of the suites here at the Cardiff City Stadium and basically interview people to talk about how socially accepted cocaine and alcohol is. You know, alcohol, we all dabble with it, you know, and
there were people saying that it should be legalised. Yeah, cocaine should be legalised and cannabis and. You know.
It's a tough one, you know, because there's pros and cons to that. You know, if you just look at alcohol being accepted, you know, it's legalized. Probably one of the biggest killers out of all the drugs, you know.
But is that only because it's so easy to get hold of?
It could be. I think it is genuinely dangerous as well. You could look at other drugs that are not as dangerous in terms of not just implications, but what you do when you're under the influence. Right, back to business. And the next guest we're about to interview has actually gone anonymous. I don't blame the person, to be fair. We're talking about people's past drug use, and the fact that she wants to be open and honest about this is massive. Do you want to give us your background?
Yeah, so 90s girl, used to like going out, doing pills, doing speed, a bit of acid, that sort of stuff, and then became a mum, so stopped doing that completely, wouldn't have even thought of taking drugs. And then get divorced, start going out drinking a bit more. I got really drunk the night before. I went out with the guy I was seeing and I was hungover and I said, oh look, I just want to go home. I can't drink 2 days on the trot. And he said, oh, just have a bit of coke and then you'll perk up. And I said, absolutely not. Like, I'm not doing that. What are you talking about? You know, mother, responsible. And he said, oh, just rub a bit on your gums. It'll be fine. Just rub a bit on your gums. And that was it for 8 years. Yeah.
Was that like pretty quick, or?
That was it. From the first time I did it, I wanted to do it. Yeah.
All the time?
Weekends, when I went out, you know, not at home, but definitely going out. And it was normal. Everybody did it. It didn't seem like a big deal anymore. So I went from thinking it was a massive big deal and really not okay to do to it's absolutely normal. Everywhere you go, people do it. You get asked. I've been abroad and people have asked me out there if I want some.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Do you think it's like as soon as you put those goggles on, it's like you see everyone who does it because you know what you're looking for, sort of thing?
Absolutely. And it's not a sort of a generational thing or a different sort of background. It touches everybody, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's not like a certain type of person does cocaine.
No.
Everybody does it.
Yeah. And the final person we spoke on the day was a former Marine who actually was doing a public speaking at the seminar. Do you ever feel that maybe from some of the times you used cocaine and alcohol, that you might not have had that trigger of the comeback of war, let's say, but from the come down directly, you could have...
It's a tough one because it can just come out of the blue. And I think... probably, you know, without knowing, you're self-soothing on these things because you know these thoughts are around the corner. But yeah, I mean, that come down, it suddenly hits you like a ton of bricks again. It's so hard to explain. It's how you felt times 10. You know, if you felt bad at the time of taking it, the next day, when you come off it, it's even worse. Yeah. And sadly, that vicious cycle starts again. You want to stop feeling like that, so then you go on another binge.
Yeah. Let's touch wood quickly, but let's say that you felt like I need to buy a bag right now. How easy would that be for you to get it?
Open up my phone and get it. Well, probably not true because I don't have those contacts anymore. But
a contact of a contact.
Yeah,
maybe.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, look, it's as easy as going out to your local pub or local club. You know, it's just vast. I described it the other day as like smoking was 10, 15 years ago. That's how popular and common and easy it is to get. I mean, you can go on a night out and you can spot the people, and I would probably say 80% of people are relying on cocaine to have a good time. And that's sad.
It is sad, but there is one thing I would say. We are not trying to stop people taking cocaine here. What we are trying to do is raise awareness on those fallout hours after using.
Yeah.
Is there any advice you could give anyone to probably, keeping them as safe as possible after using?
I mean, if they are using, don't use alone. And it's a bit like alcohol. Know your limits. Sort of gauge of right, I'm only going this far, and that's it. And try and be strict with that. But really, get help. Talk, get help, speak to professionals, and that's really the answer.
There we have it, folks. It's the end of the Mental Health and Wellbeing Show. I want to say a big thank you to Cardiff City for having us, and more importantly, the Co-Alc Alliance. If you don't know, this is the woman behind the magic. This is Maggie C. And if you don't know, she's the mastermind behind the documentary that we are going to be filming soon called The White Elephant in the Room. Maggie, how do you think today went?
Really well. I think we've seen a lot of people come through. We've managed to signpost a lot of people and educate them on the awareness around cocoethylene. So for us, it's been a really positive day. I'm pretty tired though.
Are you knackered, yeah?
I am, yeah.
You work so hard. I got to give it to you, Mag, honestly. And you're never in the limelight, are you, with it?
I'm quite happy behind the camera, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We had to get you on this bit, though. Look at you, you've got old sight. Thank you so much, guys. Stay central.